Hey there, y'all. Um, First off, sorry that I'm doing this an hour early and, you know, off schedule, but it was going to be either that or skip today's stream, and I figured that this would be a better option. I'll make sure to upload the VOD very quickly. That way, anyone who is expecting to see this video show up an hour later will be able to catch up on it. Like, I may actually be able to upload the VOD, like, within the time frame that the stream would have been running anyway, you know? But yeah, just time pressure and scheduling stuff means that I need to do the stream either an hour early or not at all. So, hour early it is. Murasaki. Get everything fired up right here. Oh, just diagnosing it and doing it live. Hehe. That should be up one in the layers list. There we go. Wait for Murasaki to fire up. It's going to take a moment. Okay, we should be getting visual feed in a moment here. There we go. Yep, all looks good. Let me make sure that clear stages 1 through 5 in order with Kyrie. There we go. I remember that as Kyrie, I can shoot from the front and have the bullet go backward. Bounce it off the roof of the arena. I wonder if I can flawless this whole level. Hey, Conley. Apologies for the early stream. Ah, at last we meet again. My goodness, and to think how long I've waited for this moment. Now die. Why won't you suddenly lose consciousness? Why won't you die from spontaneous combustion? That way I wouldn't have to do this. Ooh, nearly got hit there. Ah, damn it. Oh well. Yep, filling out the collection. We are doing a full game run with Kyrie. And then early stream because it was that or skip the stream. And I opted with early is better than none. Give up already. Die by my hands. Or die as some sort of sacrifice. If it means erasing the murderous intent in my heart, I'll chase you to the ends of the earth. Scary. Always down for Murasaki content. Glad to hear. Sword Hill. And yes, I'm remembering. Damn. Not quite flawless. Whew. Yeah, doing that first phase bomb lifts is definitely easier with Satsuki. Conley, you've been playing this game yourself, right? You said? Did you have anything weird happen on stage 3? You'd know it when you see it. A conversation. That doesn't relate to the boss. Similar to what happens in Stage 3 of the last game. You saw that? I still don't know what happened, how that happens, or why. If you know anything about it, like if you've managed to figure out what the conditions are. There you are, I've been waiting for you. Haku. As long as we have your leadership, we're invincible. Did you say something? Let's see if we can break our formation. Hi. Oh, hi. But yeah, if you know how to cause that, I'd love to know, or if you have any theories on how it's done. HP or score, yeah. That's kind of my conclusion too, is that you need to destroy 70% of the bullets or something like that, maybe? I've had it happen exactly once in each game. Our formation is hardly working on you. Huh? You're a fearsome foe, but as our leader, my duty to find a way through this crisis. Why don't we take a break? No super clear. Oh well. Lake of Tears. Background is take a nap. Sounds like a good idea. Glad to have you. Love you too, Zoe. It's always interesting hearing people talk about the bird in the background, because since I'm wearing headphones, I literally can't hear when the bird's chattering. So I have to take chat's word for it that Peppy's squawking. You could absolutely fool me. Ooh, oh. Ooh. slime noises. The wind truly feels nice. The horizon seems almost limitless. The great vessel that embraces all this is nature and yet not nature, a fabricated water body by this land's queen. You like to talk? Ah, didn't notice you there. That fish was so huge. I bet it was. Next time, let's go to the sea together. There it was. When it was began to constantly go straight. Come again? Love Minto so much. Once again, I heartily encourage you to look up, like, on your own time, pause the VOD for this, and just, like, write down each of the lines and try and assemble them into something coherent. Because she does actually have a lot of stuff to say that provides interesting background into the setting of the game. Just, it is scrambled and interwoven lines of dialogue. She is saying 4 sentences at once, essentially. I fell off a cliff that which left a scar on my head, but I live. Methods that are known to work and largely acquires. My kind-hearted older sister often stood up for me, but the environment keeps changing. Tomorrow? Today? That's why I decided I'd live without relying on anyone. They just stick to cozy methods to preserve the present. They say dreadful things will happen if you break them. At the long term, continuing to prosper is difficult. I totally relate. Also, if it wasn't already obvious, the spear in her head belongs to a Keisan. It is the same type of purple spear. It was less that she had the insights, and more that because of her insights, she became extremely curious and started pushing boundaries. She pushed one boundary too far. For example, you must not throw weapons at the sky. That is how we are designed as a species. Heretics bear, you must not kill people with objects that emit heat. He said that was why he wanted to assist such people. Why would these kind of actions be prohibited? But were those remarks of hers really directed at me? The fact that nobody questions them itself is questionable. Actually directed at himself and his former master. Never a dull moment with you, huh? Good for you. Caves maintain order. Correct. Right up until they started slaughtering people incoherently and without reason. And when I was rowed out to sea in a crude boat, gained new friend. However, that really surprised me after the regions. I'll be rooting for you. I couldn't pause that one to read it. So that one you're really gonna have to seek out on your own. With how the characters talk sometimes, I do kind of wonder if we are actually killing people here. Like, for some of them, we absolutely are. But there's also other cases where it's kind of implied that we aren't. I'll be rooting for you is something very strange to say to someone who is seconds away from dying. But on the other hand, it is Kairi. Excited to learn more about Ayame. You and me both, friend. Someday. Someday. Reincarnation is a thing in this setting. Is it? I figured that if you're talking about the band members, I figured that was just like a case of restless ghosts and not a proper reincarnation, but if there's other circumstances that suggest that, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on it. Because the concept of reincarnation being possible in the setting is new to me. Oh, Kairi having past lives. I don't think they mean that in a literal sense. I think that's more Kairi back when he was the prince of the nation. Rinko offers a rematch in her final dialogue. I wouldn't know that either, because again, I've never actually seen the ending to Rinko. I've never looked it up. That is some fascinating context, though. But yeah, I always interpreted Kairi in a past life just referring to Kairi during his days as prince and before he had ended up on the run from his nation and forming Team Fortune. But it being a literal reincarnation past life is a interesting idea that I'll have to chew on a bit. You really are a piece of work. You go to the trouble of becoming a ghost to mess with me? Yep. Ooh. I want the special dialogue for this because it's interesting. One cannot serve two masters. If I have to choose, it's best not to overthink it. I'll be passing through then. Similar attack pattern to the Keisan. Accomplish mundane things the mundane way. That is the shortcut to victory. But gambling is my only means to victory. It's fine even if you don't win, isn't it? Oh, ah. Missed the bonus dialogue in literally the last second. Boy called Yozora, and that's part 2, so let's look at both. There was a boy who honed his sword skills whenever he had the time. While he had outstanding talent, he was also extremely kind and compassionate to all beings. He could never wield the sword to fight, that is, to harm his opponent's body or mind. One such day, Yozora's village was attacked by bandits from E. The bandits were lackeys dispatched by E's command for the coming war. Yozora's sword was of no use, the resistance failed, and he lost everything. Kei-san appeared. Half the bandits were wiped out, the rest fled. Order was upheld, but since then, Yozora began to bear hatred for E, and doubt his ethics. Oh! Lady Sasara. Yozora. You are an excellent swordsman. I won't tell you to win. I will simply pray for your safety. Yes, my lady. Farewell. Lady Sasara. I owe what I am now to you. I have to repay you, whatever it takes. Absolutely. This time, I'll absolutely be useful. I'll do it. I'll kill. Okay. Yeah, Togamori's cool. Hello, Kei-san. One second here. I've been waiting for you. Now I shall die, while tasting the utmost agony. Notice the protective sun symbol around her. I do wonder who applied that to Lady Sasara, and who applies the sun symbol protection to our protagonist while we play through the games. Whether it's the same person or a different one. You could argue that maybe it's even Yozora that's applied this seal of protection to Lady Sasara. Or perhaps Togamori. Togamori has absolute loyalty to Sasara, and also understands that our target is not her. Lady Sasara speaks the way that she does because she was told by Togamori that a violent demon is approaching. Evil demon of chaos, I won't let you touch the box. Now use me to sate your bloodlust. It does raise the question, though, of why would Togamori try and convince Lady Sasara that my approach, or me rather, is an approaching demon? I hadn't really thought about it until just now, but I kind of have a theory on that. By telling Queen Sasara that... First of all, Togamori is a very safe person, as he talked about. He said his only option here is to take a gamble. I shall offer you myself. I shall accept any kind of suffering, if that will bring happiness to others. And I think this is the reason. He needed Lady Sasara to offer a duel, something that she would never ever do on her own. Yozora, stop it. You don't need to suffer this time. Togamori's loyalty lays with Lady Sasara, and is implied to be absolute and unyielding. So if he had to sacrifice one of the two, he would absolutely choose to sacrifice Yozora, even though it's Destroyer of Order. I won't accept resistance. Even if it's Lady Sasara's friend, Lady Sasara takes priority in Togamori's mind. So by hoping that we arrive with the blood needed to unlock the seals, you defy me? I'll eliminate you this instant. Okay. Good. But yeah, thinking about just this moment, that's the conclusion I'm reaching. Where am I? My head's foggy. But I know what I must do right now. I'll bring you to justice. I don't really get it, but sure, why not? Only I'll beat you instead. That face. I'll never forget it. You're the one I needed to finish off back then. I'll do it this time by my own hand. That's my mission. Roger that. I'll put up the best fight I can. So come out with your best as well. Thank you. You're pretty good. I heard you had no fighting abilities. What's the matter? What happened to that mission of yours? Is that all you got in you? Who do you think you are? Here I come. What is this feeling? I'm just happy and enjoying myself. Are you truly evil? Yep. I won't interrogate you anymore. I just ask one thing. That you let me wield my sword full strength just a little longer. And there we go. Full game completion. Look, look. At what? At my face. You are incredibly irritating. I know, right? It's strange. You weren't directly connected to this mess. So why do you look like you accomplished something? My brother was my mirror image. If our fates had differed for a moment, I would be him and he would be me. It's only natural that I clean up after him. I see. Well, this crisis has passed. We're invincible. We'll stand against the greatest of hardships again tomorrow. You're asleep, aren't you? You feel the same way, right? Okay, 1 second again. Kano said Satsuki only left them half dead after the fight. I kind of interpreted that personally as being, Satsuki killed the physical body of Kano, the one of the girl, and the flower, through its spores and whatever, through its spores is the wrong, pollen and such, will continue to live on. That's how I interpreted it. But yeah, you're definitely making me reconsider and doubt and sort of reconsider and wonder if reincarnation is in fact present in this game. Okay. Kairi, the former Prince of E, now in seclusion. An unstable being in every respect. This time he is heading for the unopened box at the center of hope-filled Ha, in the world's north. He must release someone trapped there, someone whose fate was derailed by his close involvement with one of Kairi's relatives. Kairi, birthday 4-2. Hobbies, saving the world. Likes new things and change. Dislikes useless conflict. Resident of E. A few months ago, when Kairi lost to Ayame and bore deep wounds, Satsuki used her synchronization ability, and Kairi's life was saved. But in exchange, he shares half of his energy and half of his existence with Satsuki. They cannot be too far apart. Nobody knows what will happen if they come in contact again. Alright. I'm going to be running the stream for 15 more minutes or so. Literal-minded person. Nothing wrong with that. Understandable, too. Like, Murasaki uses a lot of... Again, when I first played through this game, I thought it was poorly translated. And it was only later that I realized that, no, it's very precisely translated, and Murasaki is really just written that way. Sorry for doubting you, Playism. I brought it up before, but the commander was bitten by a stray dog was something that really made me question, like, what are we doing here? And it's like, no, that is a very distinctive choice to word it that way. Because one of the other things says that because Ayame has no bearing on the story of the first game, you can think of her as just a stray dog wandering by. And so through metaphor, they're saying that Ayame is the one that killed half of his horses. Quite the less than ideal start, but we'll see how far I get with it. That wasn't enough to do it, huh? There we go. Thank you for a patrol well done. Go ahead, lay down your arms and give over your vitamins. Oh. You're fairly strong. But when it comes to showdowns on Dark Nights, I'm no slouch either. Oof, what a waste. Wait. I'm going to do two things. One, I'm missing a duel as Satsuki here, and that is accepting the duel of Sasara. And then I can also show off the small Easter egg that I mentioned in a previous episode by dying after accepting that duel. Letting Lady Sasara actually win against me. And let's see, what else? Then after that, I will do this again. And run out the timer for Keisan Yozora in order to get the bamboo shoot collection item for Bad Ending Terminated. Moni. Okay, accept the duel, Moo. I'll be the one facing you. If you're inflicting as much pain as possible, please kill me. Ooh, that was not a good spot to be. The evil demon. She came in such a lovely form. This way I won't be scared. Yes, just like that. Refuse to put me out of my misery. Strike harder. Harder. Torment this foolish queen. It didn't happen. Maybe you need to be killed by Yozora? Also, it didn't count because we didn't win the duel. Dang it. Had a little bit wrong on both counts, so that run ended up serving no purpose. Whoops. I guess it makes sense that you need to wait for Yozora, because it's have the level end having accepted all duels from Lady Sasara. And I did not win my fight against Sasara, so... let's see. What stuff can I talk about regarding KATATEMA, the developer of this? Demon King Chronicle is another game that I plan on going through on stream. It is an older RPG Maker game about narratives, trauma, how you view the world, and tales, stories. And then KATATEMA's most recent game, which is not yet available in English, is called something approximately Pudding and the Shield Harp, or just perhaps Pudding and the Harp, because I believe a shield harp is just a type of large harp. I don't know, might have to look that up at some point, but it is a top-down shooter of some kind. I've looked up nothing else. The one thing that really lines up among all of KATATEMA's games is wild surprises. And so I don't dare learn a single thing about that game. There's also Irisu Syndrome, but that's going to be a serious ordeal in order to get set up for streaming. Absolutely worth it, though. There's no question that I'm going to be playing through Irisu Syndrome. Okay. I forgot to lower my health. Irisu, yes. Yozora, I'm sorry. Was it you who made Lady Sasara cry? There was. That time it counted, too. The power generated by the fall from release to despair. The power generated by the fall from release to despair triggered destruction, huh? We might be done with this game in one more session at this point. We will do a final narrative read-through when it's time for it, and read through all these and sort of just almost book club-esque analysis of the story at large. And then from there, that's going to be a wrap on the Murasaki series. On my own time, I may make more attempts at Rinko's life in the first game, but... And then from there, I might do a few smaller games that'll take one session to complete, because I've sort of realized that I've made it... I've put long-term games in all three of my streaming time slots, you know? So... I really want to highlight smaller stuff, too. So I might be taking a break from KATATEMA's works for a bit, but rest assured, during that time I will be getting set up for Irisu Syndrome and Demon King Chronicle and other such stuff. And one last thing to note is, once again, remember Irisu Syndrome came out before Murasaki and Murasaki Tsurugi. So you'll be able to see concepts and influence that went from Irisu that eventually blossomed into Murasaki as a whole. But with that, I'm going to be wrapping up the stream now, and as usual, I will be raiding on over to my partner in crime. That's right. We're heading off to another place, to Unicids. Let me set up the raid real quick right here. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I know this was an odd scheduling thing, and apologies to anyone who had to catch the VOD instead because of the schedule difference, but... Weh. Let's head on over.